other day, he said Republicans should have no peace because we dare to protect our borders.
Ace.
That is a crime that we're committing.
Is that?
He
I didn't
is
know
saying that's what he's saying. He says that
he did say that.
He did say that. And
I don't agree with that language. I don't think it's helpful to talk about how, your political opponent should know no peace.
In this video, we joined Anna Kasparian on her new The View knockoff called Her Take on PBD's Valuetainment Network. Anna Kasparian is the progressive voice on the show, and as expected, she causes chaos. With that, let's watch Anna Kasparian mix it up with her mainly conservative co-host on her new show, Her Take.
And you know what he said just the other day? He said Republicans should have no peace because we dare to protect our borders. That is a crime that we're committing.
Is that?
He
I didn't
is
know
saying
that.
That's what he's saying. He says that
he did say that.
He did say that. And
I don't agree with that language. I don't think it's helpful to talk about how, your political opponent should know no peace. That's crazy, but
absolutely
he did say
not.
it.
And because that's essentially inciting the violence that Democrats were obviously guilty of during the summer of 2020 when they held up a drug addict, George Floyd, as their emblem of racial justice. And so Pritzker is bringing that all back. And AOC is currently on this anti-oligarchy tour. And you know what? She was just exposed for flying on a private jet.
I saw that as well. I reposted that as well.
And Jillian,
compliments of Charlie Kirk with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And you know on what day she was exposed? On Earth Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
How ironic.
The big Vanguard will be there, sir. But anyway, Gavin, that's not all we have to hate watch today. We've got a special extra episode of Anna Kasparian's Her Take, also featuring Jillian Michaels. If you didn't get enough Jillian, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah, she's on a real tear, guys. She's on a real tear. And yeah, luckily, as Zach said, we have another episode of Her Take to dig into today live on the Vanguard. We don't even have to watch much of this, bro. Honestly, you guys can watch the whole thing if you want. We're probably just going to watch honestly the first 10 minutes or so. Because you don't even need to get that far before you just find yourself buried deep in a pile of cringe, almost suffocating, from the lack of oxygen, right? This is intensely embarrassing. And it doesn't really seem like Anna has gotten any more comfortable on this show. On the last one, it seemed like Jillian was the most natural, the most kind of charismatic or confident, despite her wretched, stupid opinions. But Anna still seems a little bit awkward. She doesn't really seem comfortable asserting herself. And also, I just am very confused as to what her ideology even is. Obviously she calls herself unaligned. She calls her Substack unaligned, but it's like, you can only ride that for so long because eventually you are going to get backed into a corner where you have to fucking answer for what your actual ideology is, where you actually have to have an opinion. And more, I just feel like Anna is opinionless. She's completely without an ideology. She's just saying whatever she thinks.
Does it really surprise you at all that Pritzker would say that about Republicans? The Democrat Party is the party of violence. This guy is mad at Republicans because they let in 20 million people unvetted, and we want them to leave. And they put up every single hurdle in our way. We're not being violent with anyone. How about these 3 moronic congressmen in New Jersey that were attacking ICE agents? How do they not end up in jail? They probably won't because politicians never pay any consequences for anything. But these are leaders in the Democrat Party and they're out attacking ICE agents. What a bunch of retards. How could any American, especially a man, be okay with a party who's putting at its forefront AOC and Bernie Sanders? What an embarrassment. Fight the oligarchy and you're flying around on private jets. Then when Bernie was asked about it, zero apologies about it. He says, what do you expect me to do? Wait in line? That summarizes what the left thinks of average Americans. They're too good, but they want to tell you what to do. They can pollute with private jets, but you can't drive your car. You shouldn't fly or go anywhere because it might pollute the environment, but they can fly in private jets because they're not going to wait with you in line at the airport. And if you do wait in line at the airport, you're part of the problem because you're hurting the environment. But when they do it, it's special emissions that doesn't hurt the environment. Just so everyone knows, the Democrats think they're better than you. Let's get back to the video.
These people and this audience wants to hear, but I don't think it's working. I don't think it's, going to be successful.
Oh, yeah. She's very stiff. She's very robotic almost, and she doesn't feel natural. And I think a big part of it is that she's just not comfortable in this environment. She's finally gotten to Oz, if you will, which is this conservative news show or this unaligned news show. And she realizes that she actually doesn't really like these people. She doesn't want to spend all day around them. She actually doesn't feel comfortable, and she's not accustomed to conservative pushback. It's like, bro, you thought the left would push back on you? Do you ever watch one piece of right-wing media? If you start disagreeing with them, you're going to get Lindy Lee. And Lindy Lee is dumb as hell, but at least she's confident in what she has to say. She'll lie with I don't know if charisma is the right word, but she'll lie with feigned sincerity, right? She understands the script. Like if Anna wanted to come out there and just read the room and say what's popular, she would need to commit to the character, right? She seems like an NBA player that has, experience, but she gets to a new team and she doesn't know the scheme. So she's just running around all clunky and she doesn't fit in. So she's going to be a bench warmer and not an all-star. And I think that she'd imagined for so long from the safety of the Young Turk studio where everybody kissed her ass, where Cenk loved her, right? Where everything was a soft seat for her. She kind of imagined all those doors opening up when she left and it would be the exact same environment where, oh, Mrs. Kasparian is coming on, right? She's going to speak. She's going to give her take now and people would show her deference. Now she has to fight for every single fucking inch because the only reason they brought her is because they want to tear her left-wing ideas down. They don't actually like her. They don't actually think that she's part of the gang, right? And all of these people are just playing characters. They're cosplaying. Lindy Lee was a Democrat until 5 minutes ago. That's why she spends all of her time trying to prove herself as the most deranged right-winger, the person who hates immigrants the most, the people who hates trans people the most, the people who, loves everything right-wing in America and Trump the most. And then she can turn around and say, I used to be a Democrat, but even I can see all of these things. She knows her role. Jillian is the only one that gets to be fucking honest, and that's because she's just a pendulum, and you never know what you're going to get from her, but she says it confidently. And the other people on this panel are pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So let's take a look at this, guys. Very funny. You're going to love this.
Welcome to Her Take, where real conversation happens. You've got differing points of view from all ends of the spectrum.
The AI script.
Right, center, left of center, somewhat. And we're always looking for common ground. Today, joining
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
us is Elizabeth Pipko, former GOP spokesperson. Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready for
I
this.
believe you are ready for this. We're going to jump right in. I promised Lindy we would start our second show talking about the 2028 Democratic frontrunners. So let's jump right in with this guy here, Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. If you could pull it up for me, Nat, we've got Pritzker thunders against do-nothing Democrats as he stokes 2028 talk. All right, go.
Where do I even
Where do
start?
we begin?
This is a complete clown car. This is the same guy. He's an oligarch. Let's remind folks, this is a guy who's pretending to be a man of the people. He is so wealthy. He's a billionaire.
Can
And
you
you know
pause
what
it?
he said? Just
Donald Trump is your guy now, you fucking idiot. And Donald Trump has to lie about, also, how did they make their living? Both of them hoteliers. You can't, literally.
Did you guys hear that? To be conservative, you have to hate trans people and hate illegal immigrants. It can't be that you disagree with trans lifestyle. It can't be that you think we shouldn't let 20 million random people in our country unvetted. It has to mean that you hate them. This is why echo chambers are so terrible, because if you're a retarded progressive or lefty and you already think those things about all Republicans, then you watch these morons and be like, well, they have a lot of followers and they're pretty popular, and they said conservatives hate those people too. I guess I'm right. And did the one guy really say, you think left-wing commentators are bad? Have you seen conservative channels? You can't disagree with them at all. This literally coming from a guy that's on one of the channels that helped push Anna Kasparian out of their party and push Lindy Lee out of their party. These guys are part of the Democrats' problem. These guys are part of that sphere of the Democrat Party that says if you disagree with us at all, we'll give you the boot. We'll ostracize you and we'll malign you publicly. The lack of self-awareness is astounding. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
JB Pritzker owns, Hyatt hotels?
Yeah, well, JB Pritzker is actually a good businessman, unlike Donald Trump. That's the real difference.
Exactly. And again, I have my problems with JB Pritzker, but the fact that these conservatives are going to sit here after they just championed for the last, 9 years, Donald Trump as the man of the people, who was going to turn America around with his business skills, who was going to lead America back to prosperity because he understood how to build things. just the incredible bold-faced hypocrisy there from Lindy Lee again reveals she does not believe anything she says. She's just trying to think of what she can say to appease conservatives and trigger liberals.
Yep. And again, if that exact same, criticism was coming out of the mouth of like a Marxist or like a socialist, I'd say pretty hard to argue with, bro. I don't like the idea of supporting a billionaire either. I don't like the idea of a billionaire, an oligarch leading this country either. But yeah, the rich fucking hypocrisy coming from this Trump supporting MAGA propagandist, it's just shameless.
The other day, he said Republicans should have no peace because we dare to protect our borders.
Hey.
That is a crime that we're committing.
Is that?
He
I didn't
is
know
saying that's what he's saying. He says that
He did say that.
He
yeah.
did say that. And
I don't agree with that language. I don't think it's helpful to talk about how, your political opponent should know no peace. That's crazy.
Why not?
He did-
That is the language of the fucking Republican Party all the time. Have you ever heard of the Tea Party? Have you ever? We will not let the Democrats accomplish fuck all. We will make their lives hell. That was how they accomplished it and made our lives hell.
Yeah. So, and
These guys are so stupid. I literally can't recall a time someone has said the Democrats shouldn't know peace or anything resembling that. But we want to hear from you. What do you guys think about Anna Kasparian joining this new show? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, as always, really appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next one.